Hi guys, it's SJ. Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today's video is my 3 top tips for getting diet willpower. I lost 4 stone, which is 56 pounds earlier this year, and you can watch all about how I did it and my before and afters and everything. I will link my full weight loss playlist below. One of the biggest questions I get, apart from what I'm eating now, which I will do a video on, I did the Cambridge weight plan and now I'm maintaining my weight. So I'm not still dieting as such, but I am eating in a way to maintain the weight loss that I have. And that is still something that I have to do every single day. And people always say to me, I wouldn't have the willpower that you have, or, you know, negatively or positively. Some people are like, I wish I had your willpower. And some people are just like, oh, I couldn't do it. I don't have that willpower. And I just started thinking, I don't think that I'm somebody who has tons of willpower. Like, where did this come from? Like, how did I suddenly be able to stick to this when, you know, I don't see myself as that type of person who's like, whatever, I've got so much willpower. So these are my top tips. I had to think back over the whole thing, and these are the things that just jumped right out at me that I did. That I think that if you are on a diet, you're looking to start a diet, or you've lapsed on a diet, these are the 3 tips you need to be successful in reaching your goal. So I was reading a little about willpower, and willpower really is just super strong decision making. So it's the ability to be like, no, yes, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this every single time. And what that made me think is that decision making is so hard when you're tired, or when you're stressed, or when you're a bit unhappy. And, you know, I lost weight after having my 3rd baby. Or when you've got a baby in the house, you're pretty much all those things all of the time. Kids in the house, if you've got a hard job, if you've got an unhappy relationship, all the things that add to you having weight issues also really prevent you from making strong decisions, don't they? So it's a really hard place to be in. But what you can do by sort of understanding that, and I think what I did was kind of think, okay, this is little decision making tasks in a way, and my decision making was out the window. I felt very out of control at the time when I started this diet, which was a year ago next month, end of November, and I felt out of control for very many reasons. And I just was like, every meal was a new chance to make a good decision and a positive decision for myself. I realised that my weight was making me unhappy, and I was like, choose happy. It's a bit of a cliche, but yeah, it was like, I could have, of course I could have. And I think not sort of saying to yourself, I can't have a bagel and Marmite, I can't have chocolate. Just, of course I can have it. I'm not going to, because I'm going to choose to have this, which is ultimately going to be a better decision for me. And breaking it down into little, every meal is a decision. Taking those good decisions, saying, you know, I am choosing to eat for the body I want, not the body that I have. And yeah, just kind of realising, and I think that's why I had such a positive spiral, I think, with everything else in my life, because willpower is a muscle, and it's kind of like every time you're making those good decisions, you start to make good decisions about everything else. It's like, actually, maybe this person shouldn't be in my life anymore. Maybe I should go out and get my driving license now. Maybe I should move, or maybe I should kind of be more confident in this area. I quit my job, I learned to drive, like I did a lot of stuff, and I think that's because willpower was a muscle. And then once I was flexing it, and that's what most people I speak to about, particularly the Cambridge weight plan, is it's just had this positive knock-on effect about everything, and that's because of willpower. So the second tip about willpower is it's kind of different from motivation, I have found. And I was reading a bit, as I said, about willpower, and it seems to be the same. I'm not a psychologist or anything, but motivation is really, you know, like when you start a diet, often we go, visualize the end goal, visualize your goal weight, visualize yourself in this amazing dress or in swimming costume again without feeling like crap about yourself. And that's kind of motivating, but it's almost dreamy, and it's almost kind of like, it's so hard, it feels so far away, doesn't it? And what I was thinking is, actually for me, it's always been the avoidance of something bad, and that is stronger to me. That is where the kind of willpower, determination, backbone kind of comes in. It hits a bit of a harder punch, and psychologists agree with this as well. So it's kind of like, as humans, we work more to avoid something bad than we do towards something good. So for me, it was, my daughter's 1st birthday was coming up. I have 2 older sons, and my first son's 1st birthday, I spent the whole day feeling sad because I was unhappy about my weight, and it makes me mad, I look back on the pictures now and I look absolutely wonderful, look lovely, but inside I wasn't happy. And I was like, I was feeling that way again with my 3rd baby, and I was like, no. My avoidance was, I do not want to sit through my daughter's 1st birthday party feeling that I don't look nice and feeling unhappy about my weight, because that will negatively affect my day. and I worked to avoid that. So yours might be, I will not go into the new year, this October now, for me, I could go into the new year 7 to 10 pounds heavier, a stone heavier pretty much. And that's miserable. And then it's January and then you start and then everyone's like, right, now let's start our diets. And it's like, well, we're all skint. The weather's crap. The gyms are totally packed. The prices have all gone up. And it's rubbish time. No, just decide today, I will not start my new year at heavier than I am now. I won't. And if you start that way, you could even start new year 2 stone lighter. You know, you can 2 stone, yeah, you can. On Cambridge Weight Plan you can, because you lose around a stone a month. It's just like, wow, like think of the thing that you don't want to happen. I don't want to go to that reunion and still be this heavy. I don't want to start a new job. Whatever it is for you, think what you don't want to do, and that will be more gritty and give you more willpower. Also following people that you find inspiring, and I know a lot of you follow me for willpower, and that's a proven thing I read about, is that surrounding yourself with those inspiring people, people who inspire you, does work. So yeah, subscribe to my channel, little plug, managed to weave that in. And my last tip is something I've talked about before, but it's slightly different. It's about reframing how you see diets. And I will link my video below about how to start a diet successfully, and I talked a lot about how to see the diet more as an emotional thing for yourself and working towards happiness rather than working towards what it says on the scales. And I find that massively motivating. But for willpower, I think it is about, say somebody on a diet and they're like, oh, what can't you eat? Or even what can you eat? And then you're like, oh, it feels like you're denying yourself. And honestly, you're denying yourself what? The treat of having a Mars bar or a bag of crisps or a second helping. This is the biggest treat for yourself. And if you start reframing how you're thinking it and plan this, not as a denial, but as a huge treat to yourself, what could be the ultimate treat of getting something like your goal weight and maintaining it? It is just literally the best thing you could ever do for yourself, in my opinion, for your mental health, for your physical health, for inspiring those around you, for showing your children how to live a healthier lifestyle, whatever it is. Plan a diet as a huge treat to yourself and never as a denial. And if you do, you will never look back. So it's a bit longer than I thought, but yeah, those are my 3 top tips for diet willpower. Let me know what you think of them in the comments below. I would love to hear your top tips. I would love it if you subscribe to follow my channel. I will have the What I'm Eat to Maintaining coming up very soon, next week, I think. The reason I didn't do it earlier was because I wanted to have maintained for a long time before I did. Oh, and there's Evelina awake, my baby. Nap time is over, gossip time's over. Lots of love, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.